Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The second part of the anatomy of the larynx, we discuss about the muscle of the larynx. The muscle of the larynx are extrinsic muscle and intrinsic muscle. The extrinsic muscle are mylohyoid muscle, glenohyoid muscle, stylohyoid muscle, and the criohyoid muscle. Glenohyoid muscle, they lie superior to the mylohyoid muscle to the body of the hyoid bone. The stylohyoid muscle, the body of the hyoid bone. Thyrohyoid muscle, it arises from the oblique line on the lamella of the thyroid cartilage and end to the greater corners of the hyoid bone, as you show in the diagram. Intrinsic muscle of the larynx. The intrinsic muscle of the larynx include thyroarytenoid muscle, oblique arytenoid muscle, transverse arytenoid muscle, posterior cryoarytenoid muscle, and the lateral cryoarytenoid muscle, as the name indicate the location of the muscles. Interior of the larynx and the cavity of the larynx. The laryngeal cavity is lined by the respiratory epithelium except the vocal cord and the part of the epiglottis which is lined by stratified squamous epithelium. The cavity of the larynx is start at the laryngeal inlet where it is communicate with the pharynx and end at the lower part of the cricoid cartilage where it is continued with the lumen of the trachea. The laryngeal inlet include the interior border is formed by the mucus covering the superior margin of the epiglottis, as you show in the diagram. The lateral border are formed by the aryepiglottic fold, and the posterior border in the midline is formed by the mucosal fold that is form a depression interarytenoid notch between the two corniculate tubercles, as you show in the diagram. Between the two interarytenoid notch, as you show in the diagram, the depression of interarytenoid notch between the two corniculate tubercle. The interior and the cavity of the larynx is divided into three parts by the two folds, the ventricular by the two fold, vestibular fold, and the local fold. The three parts of the interior cavity of the larynx include supraglottis, which include vestibuli and the ventricle, and the glottis and the subglottis. As you show in the diagram, the three parts of the cavity of the larynx. Supraglottis, the area which is present above the glottis is known as supraglottis, and the area which is present below the glottis is known as subglottis. The fold which divided the larynx into three parts include vestibular fold and the vocal fold. The another name of the vestibular fold is the false vocal cord, and the vocal fold is known as the true vocal cord. Vestibular folds are two in number, and each is fold of the mucous membrane extending from the interior posterior across the laryngeal cavity. The vocal fold is also known as the true vocal cord. These are the two pearl white shaped band extending from the middle of the thyroid angle to the vocal process of the arytenoid cartilage. The vocal cord consists of the vocal ligament. The first part of the larynx include the supraglottis. The supraglottis include the epiglottic, aryepiglottic fold, arytenoid fold, and the false vocal cord and the false cord. The first part of the supraglottis is vestibular part. The vestibular part extends from the laryngeal inlet to the vestibular fold, as you show in the diagram. It forms the interior wall by the posterior surface of the epiglottis. It is present on other side of the aryepiglottic fold, as you previously shown in the diagram. The ventricle is also known as the sinuses of the larynx. It is present deep elliptical space between the vestibular and the vocal fold. The second part of the laryngeal cavity is glottis. The glottis is present between the vocal cord is called the glottis. It is elongated space between the vocal cord anteriorly and the vocal process and arytenoid process posteriorly. The glottis is 22 mm in the male and 16 mm in the woman. The interior 2/3 part of the glottis is covered by the membranous cord, and the posterior 1/3 part is covered by the arytenoid cartilage. The size of the glottis is different according to the movement of the vocal cord. The last part of the cavity of the larynx is subglottis. It is another name is infraglottic larynx. It extends from the vocal cord to the lower border of the cricoid cartilage. So these are the overall division of the laryngeal cavity. The area which is present above the vestibule is known as supraglottic part, and the area which is present between the vestibular and the vocal cord is known as the glottic part, and the small cavities which is present between them is known as the ventricles. The area which is present below the vestibule is known as infraglottic part. So the physiology of the vocal cord include its control the pitch of the voice. When the muscle controlling the vocal cord are relaxed, the vocal cord open and the air is passage into the vocal cord. So the vocal cord is said to be abducted and opened. So the pitch of the sound produced by the vibrating the vocal cord is low. When the muscle controlling the vocal cord contract, the vocal cord are stretched and the vocal cord is said to the adducted or closed. So the pitch of the sound which is produced by this action is high. So the pitch of the sound is determined by the tension applied to the vocal cord, as we show in the diagram, the abduction and the adduction of the vocal cord. Blood supply of the larynx. The upper part of the larynx is supplied by the external carotid artery, superior thyroid artery, superior laryngeal artery. The lower part of the larynx is supplied by the subclavian artery, thyrocervical artery, inferior thyroid artery and the inferior laryngeal artery. The venous supply of the larynx is superior laryngeal vein and inferior laryngeal vein. The lymphatic supply of the larynx include the above the level of the vocal cord is through superior deep cervical node, and below the level of the vocal cord through the pre and paratracheal node, and then into the inferior deep cervical node. The function of the larynx. The important function of the larynx is include the production of the sound, and it control the pitch of the sound, loudness of the sound and the speech of the sound and the speech. So the sound is shaped into the language by the action of the pharynx, tongue, soft palate and lips. Other function of the larynx include the larynx is closed during the coughing, sneezing and the Valsalva maneuver. Valsalva maneuver is the air is temporarily held in the lower respiratory tract by closing the glottis. It helpful that cause the intra-abdominal pressure to rise when the abdominal muscle contract. These air also help to empty the rectum and act as a spleen to stabilize the trunk when lifting the heavy load. The other function of the larynx include humidifying, filtering and warming the air. Thank you. For any query, contact at this number.